4th. May the 4th be with you. So we're going to celebrate Star Wars a little bit more with a few more directed drawings. I did one video already. Folded my paper so I know where to draw. I'm going to draw in these little sections again. And you know what? You just do your best. I'm finding these directed drawings a little challenging because they're not regular creatures, so they're not really anything I've drawn before. So it takes a little bit of practice. You're welcome to use a pencil. I'm using a marker because the black shows up really well in the videos. Okay, so we're going to start in this quadrant and we're going to draw a droid. And this is a droid you may well recognize. I'm going to start with a horseshoe. And then we're going to draw a line there. From there, I'm going to draw 2 circles. Starting to take a little bit of shape. And then I'm going to do 2 little lines coming in. And then I'm going to draw like an M, which is going to outline the circles. I'm going to draw a circle in the center and then a little dot. Can you tell who this is? C-3PO. C-3PO likes to talk, so his mouth is quite important. It's kind of like a little boat there, and I'm coloring it in black. From there, his chin. Now my marker's quite thick, so it makes it a little bit hard. Maybe I'll see if I have a pencil crayon. That's right. So he has lines in his eyes, and that's what shows us he's a droid. Sometimes easier with a finer pen. Here I'm just going to add a few details, and remember, these are just interpretations. This isn't the exact picture of what he looks like. I'm going to continue this line down here. Keep his robotic systems going. And he does have ear-like pieces. And down here. And there, I'm going to draw his neck. His arms. They actually kind of come out on him. And here in the center of his chest, he has some circles. And then it's just kind of some movement, because you know he's made out of metal, so he needs to have some connections and movement in his arms so that he can move and walk and keep up with everybody on the show. There's C-3PO. And sometimes people have lines there. And of course he would be, it's kind of yellowy gold. Now I didn't use a Sharpie. Sharpies won't run, but markers are water-based, and when you touch the yellow to the black, they do blend and mix. So that's another reason to use a Sharpie. So you get the idea. C-3PO. He's a guy full of information. Sometimes he talks too much, but I quite like him. He's best friends with R2-D2. All right, we're going to move on. So I'm going to go over into this section right here, and I'm going to draw another creature. Let's see if you can figure out who it is. So we're going to kind of draw a bottom of a face. And I've been practicing this guy, and he's hard. From there, we're going to create, can you tell who it is? Yeah, it's going to be Yoda. And I've got a mixture of Yodas. I've been looking at different pictures, and I've tried a few. So you just do the best you can. Just going to create a little line there. Add a bit of dimension. Now Yoda has big eyes. And he has kind of a wrinkly forehead. He's got some lines that attach. And in his eyes, we're going to draw 2 circles. And those are highlights to show light. And then we're going to color them in. And again, Yoda is a tough one. I find him more challenging than all the others. Here's a nose I'm going to use. I tried some different noses. And Yoda's smiling. And he does look better when he's green too. So I'm just going to keep on going from there. I'm going to draw his body, and he's wearing his robe. His robe has longer sleeves. So here's the outside of the robe. And he's wearing a V-neck. And now my pen's quite thick, but I'm going to give him some fingers and a thumb. And then just going to add a few details. And some more wrinkles. I don't know. Down here, Yoda has a cane, so I'm going to draw a piece of wood in there. And there's his cane. Not my best, but he's Yoda. So from there, of course, Yoda's green. And you would color him in. And your Yodas will look like your Yodas, and mine will look like mine. Oh, my marker is running out a little bit. But it's not smearing the black, which is nice. Oopsie. And his fingers. Color is stick brown. And do the insides of his ears green. Kind of smear it. Create some dimension in there for him.